Welcome, returning and new subscribers. Grand 7 Celestial Year to all of 2023. Let's get this show on a roll. Okay, let's get this show on a roll, the road, whatever. Welcome once again. Let's go ahead and get started. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe and Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my angels, spirit guides, ancestors that flow through me as me, along with the gods and goddesses for you and I, collective, to use our mind's eye to see, always, always in connection to the Most High. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Now, it's the second. Okay, I'm recording this on the second. High Priestess energy. And as I'm shuffling my deck, 3 cards popped out. Cosmic Parents, forgive them for they know not what they do, and check the planetary hour, and it's Mercury right now. Okay. We have Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn has a lot to do with stability, authority, structure, traditions, right? And Mercury has a lot to do with the way you communicate based on your thoughts within, and then expressing that to the external world, and the way that you do that, the way that you go about doing so, along with traveling or whatever the case may be. Now, as I'm seeing these cards come out, the first one that came out and then the other 2 came behind it was forgive them for they know not what they do. Mind you, it says full moon at the bottom of it here. We are approaching the full moon in Cancer, right? And the Cancerian energy is the polar opposite of Capricorn. Cancer rules the 4th house. Cancer rules the 4th house, and Capricorn rules the 10th. So the way I'm picking up on this vibe is the following. Forgive them for they know not what they do, cosmic parents. And I feel like first and foremost what's coming through is that there could be particular people that are using advanced knowledge incorrectly. Basically, what I'm saying is they're using it in a way that's going to bite them in the ass later on down the line. However, okay, that's also a lesson to them as well. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the way they are utilizing such high vibrational information. It's one thing to find it. It's one thing to read it. It's another to apply it. In some cases, there are people that are applying this knowledge. They feel like they're applying the knowledge, but it's more so coming from a space of still being wounded, still having some type of low vibrational frequency mixed in or perceived to them as something that's high vibrational. You know, it's more so like in the form of having to retaliate. So you may have come across people like that recently, and you're being asked to forgive them because they know not what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. Cosmic parents are on it. Okay, you're protected. That's another message that I'm getting as well throughout the day. No lie, I was pulling the fortune cards, right? This get in. Okay, hold on. Okay, mermaid cards. I mean, before I say anything, because in this deck, the thief card kept on coming out all day today. But there was other cards, obviously. It's 6:44 right now. The other cards really spoke about the court. It spoke about high honor. So this is someone in a high position and someone really not having the clear overstanding, as they have yet to go through a transformation that allows them to fully understand themselves, especially when utilizing high vibrational information or higher knowledge or advanced knowledge. Here we got friendship. Let me see what's this talking about here. Make a date for a play with one or more friends. And then simplify your life. Eliminate clutter from your home and work life to balance the flow of activities. Okay. So one thing is leading to the next. So one area of your life is connected to another area of your life. So there's something here about decluttering. You may have done that. You may have realized the results that came from you doing a particular going through a particular process when it comes to decluttering. This could be your phone, this could be your social media, this could be emails, this could be things in your home, old papers and things like that. Let me see. These cards are just synchronicity. There's something you're ignoring though, because the synchronicity card came out in reverse. And this is a card that we've been getting recently in the upright. At least each time that I've used this deck within the last week, it has been coming out. Since last week, it has been coming out. Let me get some information on that for you right quick. Why is synchronicity in reverse? Let me use the tarot cards. This is something about something flowing. Going with the flow. Now, when it says go with the flow, this doesn't mean to succumb to everything that is around you. It means go according to the energy and motion within you. And if that means having to, isolate yourself, the Hermit here, if that means having to isolate yourself so you can ground that energy, then do so. You know what I mean? So that way you know exactly which flow it is that you're going with. So that way you can be victorious. There's fame here for somebody, being highly recognized. You just got to follow your heart. You have the strategy. For some of you, you're an Aquarius, and Aquarius could be significant, or the 11th house, which speaks of social relationships and being recognized, right? Now, this recognition that you're getting has to do with your commanding presence, your confidence, your inner knowing. Now, let me see. Because 6 of Wands would be Jupiter and Leo. Okay. Got a few cards coming through here in this giving, this Bible that is going according to these messages right now. Okay. See, there's some communication that comes in, but there's a disagreement. There's a disagreement that's occurring because of self-sabotaging thoughts. This is Jupiter energy once again. So Mercury retrograde, what it's helping you with is a particular way you move that is coming to your attention for you to change it and go in the other direction. Going in the other direction would allow things to move smoother. You may feel like you could be rushing something. For some of you, this has to do with someone getting their karma. Leave that up to source, because what you're doing is you're bringing that energy towards you. Okay. Five of Pentacles. Being left out in the cold here. But this is for you to recognize where there was a lack of balance or a lack of reciprocity. You got 88 here, 688, June 88 could be significant. June 5th specifically, 88. This could be something that you're healing from the past. You're not a conformer. You got the Knight of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. You're not a conformer. The way you work is unconventional, because it's the Eight of Pentacles right here. The way you work is highly unconventional. This could also be coming to your attention at this time, but in a way that you are not holding a grudge, because it came to your attention before you held a grudge. You wasn't able to excel when it came to a particular skill and ability that was connected to that acknowledgement within yourself. You know what I'm saying? There go the High Priestess. The balance of the light and the dark. To clarify that, yeah, about your work here. Ooh, and then the Death card. Tell me more. It's the Death card here with the High Priestess. Because you got the Four of Swords. Condolences to anyone who has transitioned that was close to you energetically. We have here Knight of Wands coming up after the Death card, which is Scorpio. So you got Scorpio, Sagittarius. You have the water signs in Virgo with High Priestess. Let me get one more here. This is that energy of feeling like you're rushing into something. But I'm getting that this is happening in divine order, divine timing. because there's a balance that you have or will be having when it comes to the light and dark. And then you have the Page of Wands, a younger fire sign, a message of love that comes in, Two of Cups. All of a sudden, something is shifting all of a sudden. Something is shifting all of a sudden. Offers of love, the type of offers of love you're opening yourself up to. This could even be a changing type because of you going from a type to not having a type and just being open and receptive to the energy that you're wanting to attract. Now, if there's a specific person that you weren't able to receive them fully because you weren't fully yourself, then that would be a slightly different scenario in terms of you manifesting a specific person, especially if y'all had that conversation. So I feel like now could be that moment where you're having that conversation with this person to really come to terms as to what it is, where is this going type of vibes. Where is it gonna go? Where are we going with this? You know what I mean? Okay. What do we have? Peace enters your life when you surrender. Tahuti. Those could be significant. A lot of wisdom coming in here that's giving you this major transformation or major change. Vulnerability. This is opening yourself up, giving someone the key to have access to what could take you over the edge, but trusting that they won't. And again, that's another word right there, trust. That if you fully want to be intimate in a partnership, you have to be able to trust. Some of you, the intimacy is at a level where it's not fully blossomed because there's a lack of trust. Now there could be, there is intimacy there, but that lack of trust is what's causing it to not be its optimal level of intimacy. You know what I mean? It says here, warrior, path of the jaguar, spiritual leader, because you are generational wealth and you have the tools of and for success, and you must use these tools wisely, which comes with a lot of darkness to it too. If you haven't checked out Wednesday on Netflix, check out Wednesday, because I feel like I'm picking up on that energy right now too. Let me see, what's this? Look at that, it was right at the top. And this is one of the only cards in this deck that I can see was written on the back slightly because of the marker that I use, but power of low, high vibration, dark and light. Right there. Right there for you. It says here, you are an ancient divine feminine, divine masculine. You are remembering unconditional love. Another energy that's been coming through has been Lady Nada, which is the high priestess in connection to the unconditional love. Colors violet and pink. Atlantis could be significant. Yeah, unconditional love, shamanic journey. There's something here you're learning how to do that's going to affect the rest of the bloodline thereafter and before you. Aries, Libra, this is where the nodal shifts are changing within the next year, within this year. You could be, now third deacon of Aries and Libra would be Four of Wands and Four of Swords. So there could be a foundation when it comes to partnerships and love, or your core values in connection to who you are and the way you express that in love is going through a massive change here because you are balanced, or you're finding that balance or aligning with your balance. It says harness the energy of the planet, be one with source and ground those roots. Someone you know, but just aligning with source signal. So you're being connected to someone you know from a past life or in this life. Your souls know each other. You may have just met this person. Don't know why I just got talked about. There go Mercury a little bit right there. Do your thing, honey. Do your thing, Mercury. Do your thing. Someone you know, but just aligning with source signal so that, okay, there goes that. The synchronicities in reverse. Give me a little bit more on that here. Ooh, wow. Some of you have expectations still connected to what people expected of you growing up as a child. This could specifically be a mother or the maternal line and the expectations that they have for the women in the family. You have number 1828 here. Give me a second. Yeah. Okay. 1828. I want to see what this is for you, baby. I was actually going to go live, but the connection was doing its thing, so I was like, "Don't say less, Mercury. You ain't gotta tell me twice. I'll just record it and we'll post it." 1828 in the lexicon speaks of dung, poop, always of corpse. Yeah, something about that Wednesday series. It'll teach you about the balance of the light and the dark, especially if you're someone just realizing the type of visions you're able to capture through your abilities. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important to temper yourself, because it can get to a point where your own vengeance for whatever it is that you had to encounter, your ancestor had to encounter for you to develop this gift. Don't let that be the case. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the price to pay. It's a heavy price to pay. Yeah, you'll be willing to pay it, but well, you don't have to go that route. And what I mean by going that route where your own abilities actually end up hurting you, you know? So let's see what else here. There's certain synchronicities that some may be missing when it comes to a child or a divine feminine here. This could be the sign of release or expectations. Then we have occupation. This could be something you do for work that you're expecting to shift, but you're being asked to go where your innocence blossoms. Ooh, yep, where your innocence blossoms, your gift. Wow. You have, some of you here have an ancestor that's literally guiding you through this, guiding you out of this. This could be a mature man born May 24th. That thief card is right here. So there could be a mature person, a masculine or authority figure that embedded certain belief systems within you that that's a form of taking your gifts away, imprisonment. Wealthy man here. Just heard someone learns their lesson. Let me grab a divine feminine card. The high priestess is out here today. I love to see it, honey. I love to see you. Blessings. Blessings. Isis. Well, close this. I'm going to have to grab the other deck to follow up with that. But let's go ahead and read this info. On page 170, 17, the star. 170. Isis embodies the pure magic of devoted love. Isis is an ancient Egyptian goddess of love, fertility, resurrection, and magic. Her temples lined the Nile Delta in Upper Egypt from the 4th century BCE to 4th century CE. With the closing of the Temple of Philae, the priests and the priestesses who served her were known for their miraculous healing powers. Isis is the daughter of Geb, god of the earth, and Nut, goddess of the sky. She married Osiris. When he was murdered, his body parts were scattered all over the earth. Isis searched tirelessly to remember, put the pieces back together, remember him, and then used her sexual energy to bring him back to life, the yoni. Osiris's death and rebirth were celebrated annually. Isis then gave birth to their son Horus and became worshipped as the ideal wife and mother. Her association with magic originates with the sun god Ra. Isis created the first snake in order for it to bite Ra. In his pain and near death, he gave her his secret name so that she could revive him. Isis then became more powerful than Ra and possessed the magic to heal and to prolong life, to give life back to the dead. When your soul selects this card, the sexual energy that creates life can also be used to sustain it. It's significant that Isis brings Osiris back to life by making love to him. The metaphor is that by uniting life and death, body and soul, masculine and feminine, and heaven and earth, a rebirth or a resurrection occurs. Each time there's an orgasm, that's actually symbolic of a small death. Every single orgasm you've ever experienced was a death process. Okay. The sexual energy that sex inspires exists within each of us all the time, latent and waiting to be utilized to create more life, not to be used carelessly. Okay. Often our sexual energy and power is feared or left neglected and unacknowledged. It's a powerful sacred life force that Isis wants us to integrate more fully. It doesn't require a partner to activate it. It only takes awareness that it exists and a remembering of our heart to our head, our body to our soul. It takes activating the energy of our root chakra and uniting it with the crown chakra just above our head. Isis is a call for us to allow our sexuality to infuse and enhance all that we say and do. She is a sacred reminder that sex is holy. And what makes it holy isn't marriage or a certain combination of male and female or masculine and feminine. Sex is made sacred through presence, through our capacity to become fully embodied. The intention is my sexual energy is sacred. My pleasure is a prayer that brings me back to life. The soul voice meditation. What does sexual empowerment feel like to me? What does sexual empowerment feel like to you? I'm seeing where this here expectation, this child and the gift may be quite challenging for your Lilith aspect. Your sexuality, doing whatever it is that you want to do, the way you want to do it. You know what I mean? This could also be using your sexual abilities to heal. And not knowing that can literally make people go mad. So, what is the message Isis you have for the collective regarding what's at the forefront as to the way their sexual experiences make them feel? Was that the intention, my dear? Let me see. Was that what does sexual empowerment feel like to you? So let's see. What would you like to tell the collective about what sexual empowerment makes them feel like at this moment? What would you like to address regarding that question here? What would you like to tell the collective for them to analyze this to the depths of their own soul, unique, authentic souls? Stay true and be in your power. Wow. And Whitney Houston just started playing in the background. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. It says Osiris and Isis, Lord and Lady of Divine Authority. Let's look a little bit more into that. Stay true and be in your power. When it comes to what your sexual empowerment feels like to you, make sure whatever that is, you're staying true and being in your power. It says here, you are a sovereign divine being with spiritual authority and freedom. Within you, you are a sovereign divine being with spiritual authority and freedom. Within you, you do not need permission from anyone to be who you are and live your life as you so chose or so choose. This is your divine birthright. Guard it as the precious treasure that it is, and remember that you are a divine being. The flail and crook, often held by Osiris, are symbols of divine royalty and dominion. These symbols remind us that within we hold great dominion, spiritual authority, and freedom to be the sovereign ruler of our own self. This does not mean that we have to control life or others or even the environment around us, but it does give us complete and utter choice to become as spiritually awake, free, and self-determined as we wish to be, as well as providing us with complete choice as to what our values and actions will be this lifetime. There is no permission required from anyone apart from yourself to be and live your truth. There are many voices that will test you on a journey from illusionary shackles of fear, loss, or abandonment that may hold you back or tempt you into giving your power away to others. You shall awaken from the testing into the realization of the spiritual independence within. Of course, there is more to spiritual authority than just recognizing that it lies within you. There are times when you must act on it, guard it, and protect it, which means recognizing when others seek to exert influence over you for their own reasons, or when you are being manipulated or out of your own authority, becoming blind to your own power of choice, and instead believing that things just are the way that they are and you cannot question or query. Sometimes during such challenges, to wield a crook and flail to exert one's own sexual authority requires that you stand your ground and remain true to your knowing. This is not about achieving a certain outcome or attempting to control something or someone or even forcing things to be as you wish they could be. Standing your ground means always telling yourself the truth and not selling out or giving away something that has genuine spiritual truth and meaning for you. It is not about making another see things the same way. It is about honoring your own truth, and if your truth is wise enough to include compassion, then honoring the other, even when the other disagrees with you or seeks to harm you out of their own fear. You do not have to challenge another in order to honor your truth and or in authority. If you feel that another has to agree with you in order for your authority to be intact, then this isn't genuine inner authority at all. And this is what I was saying about, people who are tapping into these high vibrational tools and texts and not really having the full understanding of themselves to be able to withstand that information within their own physical body, where it doesn't turn into anger of self and then it comes out as you wanting to boss somebody else around to believe or move in the way. It's going to bite you in the ass, I'm telling you that now. It says the fact that you don't need to have the agreement of others in order to live an empowered life can be a liberating realization. And this is where you really start to thrive along your spiritual journey, because prior to that, what's really, not for all, it could be different things, but what's at the root of you holding on to certain things is knowing information, providing it to people who you can tell would benefit from it, but they choose not to. Once you let that go, you smooth sailing from there. It says, yet there are times when life can feel like an insult against your truths, with many challenging you. For those souls who have come to master spiritual authority this lifetime, there is a test. To remain true without being dogmatic. to honor what you know is true without minimizing, judging, or dismissing the truths of another that are different to yours, but just as true for them. You have the power to create your own reality, and you don't need permission from anyone else to do this. Honor your spiritual sovereignty. Let the Lady Isis help you find your spiritual authority and freedom of choice now. Okay? And it continues to say, seeking to hand over any responsibility for your own well-being to another can be tricky and ultimately self-destructive path, even though it may seem to start off as a relief of stress about some concern or other. This card also guides you to take responsibility for your own health, into your own hands. Advice from health professionals and doctors can be helpful and sometimes can be mistaken. It is up to you to decide for yourself how you wish to work with your body. And just that in itself, advice from certain professionals can even question your judgment about what it is that your soul is wanting for you to know. You know what I'm saying? This is why it's important to meditate. It's important to have that moment with yourself so you can really dig deep and analyze the energy that's in motion when these thoughts come about. Okay? Don't be scared. Listen to the advice given by other professionals, but remember your life is your spiritual gift. 17. Don't be afraid to live it in your own way. The ritual of the crook and flail. Find a peaceful, quiet place where you can sit comfortably without being disturbed. Closing your eyes, imagining you can start with awareness at your heart and it can travel down through your body, touching your navel with light, and all the way down through your feet until it forms roots in the earth. Allow those roots of light to travel through your body to your heart and then up to your throat. Imagine the light growing in the throat and then gently expanding out in all directions, creating an aura of light all around you. Say aloud, I now choose of my own free will to honor my authority, responsibility, freedom, and strength. I now choose to take back my power and my authority. I respect myself, I honor my power, and I allow myself to have full spiritual authority in my life. I now choose to break any contract or vow that I have ever made with another being in which I allow them to exert spiritual authority over me. I now choose to honor my own divinity and I allow myself to have full possession of myself. With gratitude for the precious gift of spiritual sovereignty, I now honor my own divine power, responsibility, and freedom. So be it. Breathe in deeply. And exhale fully. Repeat the breath 3 times, in and out. Be aware of the light in the belly supported by energy from the earth and let it rise up to your stomach area, then up to the heart, throat, and forehead. Let it rise up to the top of your head. Enjoy the rising of this light. And when you are ready, just take your focus back to your belly again and then just open your eyes. The incantation. Crook and flail, flail and crook. I now declare with intention clear. I am a sovereign being of love divine. I call back my power full and complete. I break all vows of giving away my authority. I release the lie that my authority may be taken from me. I surrender only to the light of my own divine essence. Crook and flail, flail and crook. I now declare with intention clear. I am a sovereign being of love divine. Crook and flail, flail and crook. I now declare with intention clear. I am a sovereign being of love divine. I call back my full power and complete. I break all vows of giving away my authority. I release the lie that my authority may be taken from me. I surrender only to the light of my own divine essence. Crook and flail, flail and crook. I now declare with intention clear. I am a sovereign being of love divine. Crook and flail, flail and crook. I now declare with intention clear, I am a sovereign being of love divine. I call back my powerful and complete. I break all vows of giving away my authority. I release the lie that my authority may be taken from me. I surrender only to the light of my own divine essence. Crook and flail, flail and crook. I now declare with intention clear, I am a sovereign being of love divine. Beloved, I am being guided at this time to pull one more card from the Mermaid deck and conclude it there. Final message. We have rest and protection. Get some rest. The protection is being uploaded. You and your loved ones and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. You've been working hard. Take a nap and get some rest. You are protected. You, your loved ones, and your possessions are safe by the Most High, the infinite creator of all. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. That's what that means right there. Trust in your gift. Trust in your sexual energy, which is sacred, because it is your pleasure that is a prayer that brings you back to life.